Right here, down. Protect them out. We put the work in. Let's finish. Come on, man. Let's do this. Family, I'll do 1, 2, 3.
You see, we dream chase, cause that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
What's going on, Eagles Nation and TMTP family? Welcome back to another episode here on the Main Thing Podcast Presents. It's your bull, Mr. Owens. And after further review, the call stands. I'm still official with no stripes.
What's going on, everybody? I'm your man, Big Husk, the one you trust, bringing you all your Philadelphia Eagles latest. And look, today we're here to discuss a real one, the Fox game with a week, Eagles versus Cowboys, the rivalry, the history, the smoke, and the biggest NFC East matchup of the season thus far, right? So buckle up, because we're going to break everything down that you all need to know, from film talk, injuries, roster moves, game plan, weaknesses, strengths, everything. And yes, the Philly kids punching the Dallas cutouts. We're going to talk about it all, okay? But before we get into that, Mr. Owens wants to talk to y'all real quick.
You already know, to our supporters, because to our loyal supporters, thank you. It's all love. The Main Thing Podcast Presents can't happen without the support from y'all. And to our new supporters, welcome to the community and our family. Let's continue to do our part for the community and our family. Continue to like the videos. It does help with the visibility in the algorithm. Disrespect that comment section. Share and subscribe to the community and our content. And last but not least, don't forget to do this. Make sure to turn on them noties and keep your ears and eyes peeled to the streets like your local neighborhood. Watch. Oh, wow. So you don't miss when me and Big Husk drop this pressure on y'all.
So let's talk about the rivalry real quick, right? Because Dallas loves calling themselves America's team. As we know, they ain't been America's team in the last 30 years, right? In the past 25 years, Philly has 17 playoff appearances, 10 division titles, 4 Super Bowl appearances, 2 Super Bowl rings, and a 20-15 playoff record. That's looking like excellence to me, right? The numbers, we're the dynasty, we're putting it out there. Dallas, America's team, 10 playoff appearances, a 4-10 playoff record. We know what they do when they get to the playoffs. Get bounced first round.
Choke.
Come on now. Every time they say, how about them Cowboys, universe responds, how about we get a playoff win? Because they can't get one, right? And what makes it even sweeter, we have an opportunity to clinch. If we win this week, win next week versus the Bears, then me and Mr. Owens discuss off camera, and then we need the Chiefs to beat the Cowboys next week.
Mm-hmm.
And we clinch. We in there. Run out the rest, do what we got to do. We'll be the number 1 seed moving forward. But the rivalry isn't fake. It isn't friendly. It's personal. These are two teams that know each other very well. A long history between us both. Look, man, and just it's always going to be a lot of energy and a lot of passion. You kind of throw the records out the window. They don't like us. We don't like them. It's time to handle business once again.
You're right about that, Big Husk, but no one likes us, and we don't care. And look, in the last 25 years, as you mentioned, in 30 years, they haven't been relevant since flip phones, Blockbuster Video was out, Circuit City was out.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like Michael Jackson still was around. Like this is what I'm saying. Like it's crazy work that they still continue to talk reckless. Then I saw some stat that said to add on to your point about Dallas having a 4-10 playoff record. McNabb hasn't been our quarterback since 2009, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. He himself has 9 playoff wins, while Dallas still has 4 playoff wins. How do you let one singular person beat a whole franchise?
Who hasn't played in damn near 15 years? Come on, man.
Come on. But y'all still talk, we them boys, right? We them boys, we got 5. We got 5 rings. Yeah, them rings ain't even have VBS diamonds in it. All right.
They collecting dust. They got dust on them, man.
Come on. Ancient civilization rings. All right. Like, I don't get it, but let's switch gear because y'all already know in Philly, man, we a different breed up there. We start them young, raise them right. You feel me? But look, we got to talk about the Philly young bulls and the Philly young Johns out here punching these Dallas Cowboys cutout. Now, listen, we all knew that we was built different up in Philly, but I didn't know that this next generation, this Gen Z generation, was built like this. All right. If y'all haven't seen the video, it's a whole elementary school running up and punching Dallas Cowboys cutout.
Oh, they're being cute about it. Oh, there we go. Oh, gosh. Oh, that guy's going after Dak. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my, they ripped off the paper. Oh, my gosh.
This is insane.
Oh. Wait, show the back. Oh, wow. They're.
God.
Only in Philly. Oh my goodness! Oh wow! Oh my God! Oh wow!
Like it's a field day out here. Look, the little kids winding up like, hey, Sirianni, Vic, put me in a game, coach. I got a problem with Dak personally, especially after he did the little cornball thing where he spit at Jalen Bradman Carter. Where we ain't forget about that. You see what I'm saying? But it was crazy too, because man, once I was watching the video, one bull hit the cutout so hard it shifted Dallas's whole ancestry out here, man. This is a rivalry that gets passed down generations to generation, all right, in the family. When the kids are out here swinging for the city, you think Big Boy's not ready on Sunday to play the Dallas Cowboys? Come on now. This is Philly, and we will show the Cowboys why we have been the class of the NFC and the league these past 25 years.
Absolutely, man. Like you said, got to start them young. They have to know what it means to be an Eagle, right? Brought up right. Got to love them Philly kids. You're doing a great job out there, Philadelphia. All right, so let's talk about this injury report real quick. We'll start with the Eagles. Lane Johnson, as we all heard, suffering from a Liz Frank injury. He is out. They were talking about him headed to IR. It has been recently discussed that he's not going to need surgery, so he could possibly be back sooner than we expect, probably within the next 4 weeks, right? That's massive. We need him moving forward. Pivotal piece of our O-line. But in his place, Fred Johnson will be there in his stead at right tackle. We have all the faith in Fred.
Yes.
I'm sure that Stoutland, Sirianni, everybody has got him up to speed. He will play great. Also, we have Cam Jurgens, who's questionable, suffering from a concussion, but he's trending up. I believe he'll be there at center. If not, we'll see Brett Toth.
I believe they took away his injury designation, so he's good to go.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Willie Lampkin, they did not activate him, so he won't be dressed for Sunday's game. Miles Hinton, I don't believe he was activated either, so he more than likely will not dress. Jalen Phillips was on the injury report during the week, but he's a full go. We need him back. My man has given this defense some juice, some much needed juice, excuse me. And on IR, we already know we have Epps, Ojulari, Ogba, Ben Zumarin, Johnny Wilson, Cameron Williams, few names there, but we're solid. Howie has done a great job constructing this team, depth at several positions. Man, they're Super Bowl ready. We're banged up, but the core playmakers, man, they'll be there. And that's all that matters.
And now on to the Cowgirl side of the injury report. They got Jadeveon Clowney. He's questionable with a shoulder neck injury. He'll try to play, but he isn't 100%. So that will be something worth monitoring. Also, their offensive tackle, Hakeem Adeniji, he's out with an illness, I believe. So big losses with Dallas. They're missing Trayvon Diggs, one of their starting corners, an old foe, Miles Sanders, who I believe got put on, he's missing the season, but he got injured a few weeks ago, like a month ago. Yep. Jack Sanborn, Peyton Turner, and more are all on IR for the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is limping into this matchup. You gotta kick them while they're down. We don't care. We don't care if they're not fully healthy. We don't care if they're injured. We got to take advantage of their injuries. All right. But that isn't even their biggest issue over in Dallas. Their biggest issue, y'all might ask, is the matchups against our Philadelphia Eagles. And we're here to talk about it. I'll let Big Husk break down the Dallas offense and what we saw on film from them.
All right, so let's start with Dallas's passing game real quick, right? Dak Prescott in the passing game, can't even lie. Dak's been balling this year. He's been having a really solid year. Got to call a spade, right? Over 2,500 yards passing, 21 passing touchdowns, only 6 picks. I mean, our quarterback has fewer turnovers, but whatever. He's about to break Romo's franchise record for yardage. He's on pace for that. He's having a really solid year. You could arguably say playing some of the best ball of his career to date, right? Dallas, this is offensively. Shotgun, they live in shotgun play action, under center play action, deep crossers, which they love, especially with CeeDee Lamb. Vertical shots outside the numbers, more so a George Pickens thing. Rhythm time throwing. When the pocket's clean, cannot hold you. Dak is a surgeon. He will slice and dice your ass up. No hate, straight truth, right? But when you knock him off his rhythm, collapse the pocket, force him to hold on to the ball, he hesitates. He forces throws. We will have those opportunities to create turnovers, whether it be, punch outs, interceptions, whatever the case may be. They be there. Philly must eat. Why? Because Dallas route concepts, they take time to develop. So this is like just like the Lions, just like the Packers. That front four, they have to create havoc. If you can't get home with that front four, expect to see Nakobe Dean blowing up Javonte Williams, making Dak a little uncomfortable. It's all about keeping Dak uncomfortable this game. Like we said, you don't want him sitting in a clean pocket. With time, this offense can be lights out. They're one of the best offenses in the league. Got to get them rattled.
And to add on to your point already, because not only do we have to collapse that pocket, we got to keep an eye on Dak with his running ability as well. People always forget about him being athletic and being mobile and being able to get out the pocket and create on the run and taking off running and picking up yards. So we have to be disciplined. We have to keep contained on the outside and do not let Dak beat us with his feet. But you also already touched on some of their weapons over there. They got George Pickens, who they acquired from the Pittsburgh Steelers this offseason, CeeDee Lamb, and Jake Ferguson. Now let's break down Dallas's threats. All right. George Pickens, is their missing X receiver. All right. He wins outside. He beats press coverage. He's violent after the catch. He's great with catch and run. All right. Tracks the deep ball with elite control and is a go-to option versus press coverage, as I mentioned. He is legit. It's no way to sugarcoat it. Also, we know that he did go to Georgia. He was down there with the Georgia boys and everything like that. So they're familiar with his game as well. But that is somebody who we definitely have to keep an eye on in this matchup. Also, another player, even though he plays with Dallas, I'm not that much of a hater to the point where when we see other people that are good, we give them some credit. CeeDee Lamb is one of them ones. All right. He is still elite. He wins on deep crossers, as Big Husk mentioned, middle of the field routes, the slot work. They like to move him around in the formation, but he does majority of his damage in the slot. He's kind of like an Amon St. Brown from Detroit. He can line up outside, but if you put him inside, they'll match him up on safeties and things like that to create a matchup that's favorable for them. All right. He leverages, he manipulates his leverage perfectly. All right. He is deadly versus off coverage. Okay. So we got to make sure. I will rather personally, Big Husk, have Quintanamo Bay line up on Pickens. Then if we have CeeDee Lamb line up in the slot, you have Coop, take CeeDee Lamb, and then if we can double CeeDee Lamb at any point, let's do that. But I definitely would like to see Guantanamo Bay start outside and guard George Pickens, because I don't want Guantanamo shadowing CD. And then, granted, we like Adoree Jackson, and Adoree Jackson has been doing well these past few weeks. But I don't know about that matchup. On the other, I'm gonna keep it a beat with y'all. I don't know about that matchup all game for 60 minutes. All right, so I think that Vic Fangio is going to come up with a creative scheme and put our defense in the best position to win. Now, look, Jake Ferguson, he is a solid tight end. All right. Dallas uses him exactly how we use Dallas good dirt. All right. Play action leak routes, use him in the flat, use him on red zone seams, and he's a wide option type throws. All right. He is targeted a lot, especially in the middle of the field. That is Dak's security blanket. If CD and George Pickens are covered on the outside, he looks to Jake Ferguson to make the play in the middle of the field. Bottom line, it's simple. When everything is timed perfectly, Dallas does, in fact, look unstoppable on offense. But again, force Dak off of his spot, make him wait, muddy that throwing window, and then this whole operation starts to show us cracks in the armor, and we can take advantage of their mishaps.
For sure. And that's honestly, that's what it all boils down to, muddying it all up, right? Now, me and Mr. Owens are giving you all a bunch of positives on the Dallas offense, right? This isn't a Dallas podcast, right? This is a Phillies podcast. So let's talk about a little bit of their weaknesses. Dallas's O-line is where Philly can win, and we talking about we need to create pressure. This is where it has to happen, right? Now, the fans will tell you this, but the film will. Tyler Guyton, their left tackle, Terrence Steele, their right tackle, I believe both were first-round picks.
Mm-hmm.
Both struggle versus pass rushers, right? Have some ugly reps on tape. And it just so happens we have some dog power rushers, right? This is where Jalen Phillips, a Brandon Graham, a Nolan Smith, a Jalix Hunt, a Jalen Carmora, Jomo, depending upon what front we're using, can really take over a game with these tackles, right? This rush has really been picking up the past several weeks. And with some of the issues that Dallas has been having on that front four, or that front five, on that offensive line, we can create some havoc. If we can deny Dak his first read, compress the pocket, we should get home. We've been getting home earlier in the season. Me and Mr. Owens talking about, like, we're a step away. The pressures are there. We're just not finishing. The past few weeks, we've been finishing. And I think that this will be another week where this front four, this front seven, whether we're blitzing, it'll show up getting sacks, turnovers, whatever we may need. This defense is Super Bowl ready. They're elite. We got to stay aggressive. And I think that an aggressive style attack during this week will bode well and our chances of winning a victory. The front, what is it? I put it like this. The trench play could very well decide how this game turns out.
Yes, you hit a spot on the head, because the trenches is where this game is going to be won. All right, especially with Breadman not playing in the first game, as we mentioned earlier. You know he's out for some revenge. He's licking his chops every chance he can get to get after Dakota Rain Prescott. And then also with Jalix Hunt, Tyler Guyton, don't act like we ain't see what you did last time when you punched him in the helmet.
Come on, man.
Come on now, playing dirty. Then I saw something else on tape when they were playing the Cardinals. He body slamming people like he was in WWE.
Will Johnson, the rookie.
Bull nutty out here, bro. You see what I'm saying? And these are things that need to be called and need to be watched and monitored. You can't continue getting away with this. But to your point, their tackles are weak. We need to win on the outside. They haven't played our team when we had Braidman. They didn't play our team last time when we had Jalen Phillips. They didn't play our team when we had Nakobe. This is going to be a different look for them on the defensive side of the ball. All right. Now, Dallas's run game, Javonte Williams, who they got from the Denver Broncos, he has been balling. All right. He's a physical back. He's a downhill type runner. He lives in between the tackles. So 62% of his carries are inside runs, and he averages 5.1 yards per carry on him. All right. He breaks tackles. He has great contact balance, and he keeps drives alive. But here is the cheat code. You know, me and Big Husk always got a cheat code for our supporters and family. Dallas does not hit explosives in the run game. All right. It's all grinding and on schedule type carries. All right. So if we win in the A gaps, if we win in the B gaps, force Javonte Williams and their run game to bounce outside, and then letting the Kobe Dean come downhill and blow it up, Dallas will get stuck behind the sticks, get off schedule, and then we'll know Javonte Williams is good, but he is not that good to carry the offense alone by himself.
Not at all. And look, I like Javonte Williams. I liked him when he was with Denver. I was like, Bull's a solid running back.
He was solid at UNC too.
He was solid at UNC. You're right. But he's not a home run threat. Like you said, that explosive runner that a Saquon Barkley or Jahmyr Gibbs can be. Not that. More of a grinded out kind of back. Now, let's kind of flip sides. Talk about the other side of the ball. Dallas's defense. The real weakness, right? This is the side of the ball where Philly has to exploit this defense. This defense is bottom of the barrel. Okay, this isn't the defense from a couple years ago where Trayvon Diggs coming up with 12 interceptions and got Michael Parsons screaming off the edge, getting 20, 50 sacks. It's not that defense, right? This unit is very much a volatile unit on film. They rely heavily on soft cover 2, spot drop zones, deep spacing vulnerabilities, zero reroutes, meaning they're up in your grill trying to get you off your mark, poor safety leverage, bad communication, shaky tackling. Everything a defense has to do to be bad, they're doing it. Okay. Okay. Teams get free releases against Dallas, free access, big windows, explosive plays. This is a game where you're sitting there, you were waiting on Philadelphia, like, man, when's the game they're going to get on track? They could really get on track this week versus this defense, right? You motion this defense, they panic. You stack receivers versus this defense, they're confused. Who do I have, right? You bunch them, routes run free. This secondary is begging to be attacked, and we have the offensive weapons, and we're actually fairly healthy, right? Especially when you talk about the skill positions, to attack this defense. Even with the new additions of Quentin Williams, who I really like coming over from the Jets. Kenny Clark, a Logan Wilson, overrated. DeMarion Overshawn returning, right? Clowney rotating in. The back end is a liability right now. They substitute so much on defense, players don't even know who they're covering half the time. And a lot of times when you're substituting on defense, just how you speak on offensive players coming in and they got to get a rhythm, get a feel for the game, kind of get into defense is very much the same way. You get in there, kind of get that first contact, kind of fill out what the offense is trying to do. And then you start really getting into balling, doing your thing. But if I'm substitute rotating in and out, I never really get a feel of how the game is going. And it could make for bad communication, poor tackling. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. Two guys covering one guy, another guy screaming down the field, just running free. There's a lot of opportunity here. The Philadelphia offense, Jalen Hurts, the leaders, more so Kevin Patullo, I'm looking at you. You have to be spot on this week. Don't overthink it. Just go in there, stay aggressive, and run your game plan. A.J. Brown, DeVonta Smith, Dallas got it. Even Saquon. I mean, he hit a 40-yard reception the other week. In the passing game, can really get off. We just have to take advantage of the opportunities when they arise. And they will arise multiple times during this game. I guarantee you.
Yes, Big Husk. And that's a perfect segue into our offensive side of the ball. All right, the good guys, the side of the ball. Look, even with our injuries mounting up, even with the inconsistencies we've been having this 2025 NFL season, our Philadelphia Eagles still have the #1 red zone offense in football. One of the best wide receiver duos in the league with Arthur Juan K and Devontae Slim Reaper Smith, and a scheme tailor-made to attack Dallas's weaknesses, as Big Husk touched on. So What can we expect from our offense tomorrow? All right. Hopefully, this is what Kevin Patullo instills in the offensive game plan. Some crash concepts, some short in and deep out routes, deep post, flood versus cover two, bunch and stack looks, as Big Husk mentioned. Attack those linebackers in coverage. Logan Wilson, as Big Husk mentioned, is overrated, but he is trash in pass coverage. He cannot cover worth a lick. So we have to exploit them in the middle. Early shot plays. Let's take advantage. Let's push the ball downfield. Let's be aggressive early in the game. Let's not wait until the 58-minute mark in the game and it'd be like, oh, Arthur Wanke, go run a deep ball. Let's throw it to you. No, it doesn't work like that. Let's attack early. Let's get back to our RPOs to manipulate their soft zones. Look, if QB1 gets time, if we stay on schedule and we finish drives, I know that Philly can easily hang up 30 plus on this Dallas Cowboys defense. We got to understand, Huss, the coaches have been playing hesitant. They've been playing scared to turn the ball over. They're playing to not lose the game. That is, in fact, in turn of how you lose the game. You have to be aggressive. Another thing that I've been seeing with our offense is we don't have a lot of routes that go over the middle. All right, we have the basic slants, the digs, go balls. We don't have the crossers. We don't have the drag routes, things like that. Stuff that goes across the middle. We have to incorporate that. Also, what's been hurting us as well, pre-snap penalties. That doesn't help. Penalties during the play. That doesn't help. If we're at 1st and 10, we get 8 yards on first down. That makes it 2nd and 2, correct? But then if we get a holding penalty, what does that do? Move us from 2nd and 2 back to 1st and 20. So now we're 18 yards back off schedule. These are things we're shooting ourselves in the foot. We're putting ourselves in holes and trying to dig our way out of it. We have to stop that. We're too much of a disciplined team to have turnovers like that stop our momentum on offense, that stalls drives out, that kills drives, and then we have to rely back on our defense. Let QB1 out of that straitjacket. Let him throw the football. It's starting to get to the point we're going into week 12, man. And the fact that we have not put together a complete ball game yet is mind-boggling. But if it's any team that we can get right with in the passing game, that will be against the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow at 4:25.
Absolutely. Spot on. And well, our next segment was keys to victory. Mr. Owens just brought up one of the keys to victory. It was going to be cut out the mental errors. We have to play clean football this game for, as he already said, the mental errors. It's putting us behind the sticks. It's making things too difficult. It's taking us really out of our bag. Kevin Patullo is already struggling this year. Dialing up plays, right? But when you go from a 3rd and 6 to now a 3rd and 11, you make it 3rd and long. That sheet of play calls that he had might have just got cut in half, if not even less than that. Yes. Right. So as Mr. Owens already said, I ain't gonna go too much into it. The mental errors, they have to be cleaned up. And why not do it versus Dallas? All right. So our next key to victory, though, is protect Jalen Hurts. Dallas can create splash plays, right? But it's not consistent pressure. If we can win up front, their secondary is gonna collapse. Dallas is a team that they try to create that momentum swing type play. They're not consistently harassing your quarterback, but they find a way to create plays defensively when they need them at times, right? Mm-hmm. Let's not give them that opportunity. As Mr. Owens already said as well, attack deep early. Make them defend the entire football field, right? Brown, Smith versus safeties, that's a mismatch any day. Brown versus Smith on any safeties damn near in the league is a mismatch, right? And then as he also said, the crossing route. Let's start getting more involved with the passing game in the middle of the field. Sometimes A.J. Brown does some of his best damage, Smitty too, best damage in the middle of the field. Nice. When the winners are there, Jalen, pull the trigger, Kevin Patullo, dial some things up. Not just little slant routes, little quick cross, some deep crossers, some mesh concepts, really get them confused on the back end. Now, this is Dallas on their back end on who's covering who, right? Winning early on downs. force Dallas into long third down situations, second and longs, going up in the third and long, make Dak hold the football. And then when Philly has the football, make those third and shorts, right? Make them manageable. Too many times they're third and long, 3rd and 6 plus, 3rd and 7 plus. That's just, yes, you can overcome that, but to overcome that type of a situation on a continuous basis, on a consistent basis, is a hard thing to do. This is the NFL. I know we have the elite weapons that we have on offense, but folks get paid to play defense too. Let's help ourselves out and make them third and manageable situations, maybe where we can actually use a tush push, successfully, and really convert.
But because this is a crazy thing, to make them third and manageable, what do we have to do? Win on the early downs, win on first down, win on second down. That's the only way that we make it third and manageable, fourth and manageable. But we always continue to shoot ourselves in the foot and put us behind the sticks.
And that has been the thing. Self-inflicted wounds. It's not so much what opposing teams are doing, it's what we're doing to ourselves. Right? Yeah, it's you versus you, as they always say. It's Philly versus Philly in this situation. Finish drives offensively. Last week, love Jake to make, but too many field goals. When we're marching the field and things of that nature, we need to finish with touchdowns. Because Dallas is going to score at some point. But if they're field goals, that won't cut it to win this matchup. When the Eagles drive the length of the field, you have your 17-play drive, you ate up your 7 minutes of clock. I expect 7 points out of that. 3 points it's a letdown. It truly is. All that hard work was for naught. Let's finish these drives with touchdowns, right? Then lastly, make Dak uncomfortable. This cannot be a game where Dak is sitting back there just patting the ball. Like we said, he's making himself a sandwich. He's calling home. You know what I'm saying? He's checking on the kid. It can't be one of those type weeks. And we can't make him uncomfortable by just blitzing. That front four, it got to work this week. Collapse the pocket, right? Make him hesitate, hold the ball, think about it, pump fake, not trust what he sees. When a quarterback's not trusting his eyes, oh, that's a wonderful day for us. Oh, okay. So if we can do this, we'll either, like I said earlier, get the sacks or we're going to get the turnovers. Either way, it's a win-win. We just got to go in there and handle business, keep him off his mark all game long.
Mm-hmm. And to add on to your point, because when we make Dak uncomfortable, when we get our hands on that football, let's create that turnover. I love PBUs. We love PBUs, but it's nothing better than taking that ball away and giving your offense another possession in this game. That's the name of the game. The more possessions your offense get, the better the field position is. More times than not, when you don't turn the football over, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to lose that game as well. Our big men up front, they've been doing it well, but we've always been saying it. If we can't get to Dak, get up in them passing lanes, throw your hands up, bat that football down. That is just as great as a sack. That is just as good as a pressure. Getting that hand up. All right. Then one also thing I wanted to say too, because is when we're on offense, we already know how in Dallas they don't have the curtains, they have the sun. Let's factor that into the game plan. When we're going into the sun, let's have some plays specifically designed so we're not looking out there looking clueless and being like, all right, we can't move the ball. It's a 3 and out. We have to make sure this is not our first rodeo here in Dallas. All right. Then finally, offense, defense, special teams, all 3 phases need to work hand in hand with each other. The coaches need to work with the players. Our defense and our special teams have been doing well these past few weeks, and I would love to see that continue to remain the same, and our offense catches on and clicks. But Michael Clay has been doing a phenomenal job with the special teams unit for these past few weeks. But the final message, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, family, look, this is the one. This ain't just no rivalry game, as Big Husk mentioned earlier. This is a playoff berth, a chance to bury Dallas even further than what they are, even in their thoughts back to 1995, a chance to take control of the NFC conference, and a chance to show the world that Philly still runs not only this division, but this league. All right. So on Dallas's field in Jerry World, in their house, in a season that they thought was theirs. Oh, it's our year. It's our year. Every year it's the Cowboys. It's our year. Look, this is what this city loves about the Philadelphia Eagles. The way that even the kindergartners, all right, are out here fighting the Cowboys logos. If you think Philly ain't coming down to Urban, Texas, or I think that's where it is, ain't coming for no blood, you ain't been paying attention to how we operate here in Philadelphia. This is the week. This is the statement. This is the main thing. And with that, y'all already know it's the next segment. We got to go to the score prediction, Big Husk. This is one of our favorite segments on here. We get to talk to our family, talk to our supporters, let them know how we feeling, what we thinking. And man, look, we got these Cowboys rivalry. We know that Dallas, this is their Super Bowl. We've already seen Dak Prescott. We've seen CeeDee Lamb come out and say, hey, this is our Super Bowl. We got to do this. We got to take care of business. Look, this is just another day at the office for us, all right? This is just another chance and opportunity to correct the issues that we have and get back to what we know. Keep the main thing the main thing. I don't believe that this game is going to be as close as others are calling it to be. I respect Dallas's offense. They are putting up numbers, but then also we got to remember Dallas has been putting up those type of numbers against inferior opponents. They haven't really played too many good teams. Then when they do play decent teams, they get clamped up. And we know what our defense brings to this table. We know what this game does mean to us here in the 2025 season. And with that, I know people are like, yo, Mr. Owens, just shut up. Get to the score prediction. And you know what? I'm going to do it. So I believe that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win this ball game by a final score of 34-17. I got us 34-17 against those dreaded Dallas Cowboys. Ugh.
Not gonna lie, Mr. Owens, my score is not too much off from you, big dog. I got us winning 38-13. I believe they'll score a touchdown, maybe a CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens type joint. But this first matchup was close when our defense wasn't nearly playing as good as they are right now. The offense still is having some of the struggles, but I think they will get back on track this week. But I think that this defense is going to put the clamps on this Dallas offense. 1 touchdown, 2 field goals. Jalen Hurts and the gang put up 38 points, man. 38-13.
I actually like that, Big Husk, because I was tempted. I was going to go high. Then I was like, man, I got to see how our offense going to show up, bro. Because look, man, we be talking about, man, we about to put up 40 on them. Then our offense coming out putting up 16. I'm like, look, bro, I don't know what they got going on with that stench is, but we got to get that corrected quick, fast, in a hurry, man. We got to. We have to, man. But it should be a great game tomorrow. We should leave Dallas 9-2 in firm control of the NFC, and in control of our destiny to get back to where we ultimately want to go and will go, and that's the Super Bowl in February 2026. But look, to our loyal supporters, thank you. Y'all know it's all love. The Main Thing Podcast Presents can't happen without the support from y'all. And to our new supporters, welcome to the community and our family. Let's continue to do our part for the community and our family. Please continue to like the videos. It does help with the visibility in the algorithm. Disrespect that comment section. Share and subscribe to the community and our content. Tell everybody that y'all know. Stop being bashful. Tell everybody, because it's popping over here, all right? And last but not least, don't forget to turn on that notification bell, also known as the Liberty Bell looking thingy, so you don't miss when Swoop comes out with the Eagles news and updates.
Make sure you go do that, okay? But no, I hope everyone's having a great week, having a better weekend. Support your birds tomorrow versus Dallas. Man, you know we got to come out victorious, like my song said, 9-2, okay? Support the channel, because everything fire this way, all right? But if you don't know, I go by Big Husk.
And I go by Mr. Owens.
And this is the Main Thing podcast where we keep the main thing the main thing. Stay blessed as flaggers fly till we die. Hey, talk to y'all after this victory, man. To the next one.
Dallas, we hate you. Dallas, right here at the vet.
It was I was gonna make a lot of money doing what I wanted to do. I went after it, and it was a struggle to achieve it. But you know what? I caught that bitch. Dream chasing.